Ranked is nearly impossible to win.
If you are comfortable, you don't have to think about anything when you're playing the agent.
I made $1 million as a content, and then I went pro. So now, and then I'm gonna win the world championship. So.
Yo! It's Team Envy, and today we're doing agree or disagree together.
Which one's harder? Grinding to number one, ranked, or playing against the best? Scream? Yeah. Neutral? Okay.
Ranked is harder than scrims because like you don't know what's gonna happen in your ranked game. You could be playing with like a streamer on your team, get hard sniped. You can be playing with like a thrower. You can have the worst comps of all time. And in ranked, it's like you just gotta do everything yourself, basically.
It's just basically because in a scrims you need to coordinate everything with your teammate. You need to have the best like mental stage from the start of the game till the end of the game, and try to find solutions and everything, you know. And ranked games, you're just doing you.
Ranked is like you could be in a 1v9. Like scrims, your boys are always gonna be giving it their all. Like you're gonna be giving it your all, and it's like fatiguing. But like ranked, like sometimes you literally just can't do anything. Like you just auto lose. And it feels like most games are like auto lose unless you literally do everything. Like IGL, hard entry, hard clutch. Like you literally have to be the world's best player to like consistently win ranked.
For me, it's like you have to adapt to the other team, and it's more complicated in a scrim, because what if you are playing against like, I don't know, Aspa's team, and like everyone, that's really hard if you adapt. That's why, for me, the adapting things.
Ranked is nearly impossible to win. Stream snipe, cheaters, throwers, gambling, crypto throwers, betting on my game, purposefully throwing, 1v9, your teammates just suck. The list goes on and on and on.
I think we got all the streamers on the right, and we have, I mean, Kezin's a streamer too, but he's on kick, so he doesn't get sniped as much, I feel like. But for me, it's a 5v5, you're playing the best in the world. If the other team is trying as hard as possible in scrims, then you have to basically outsmart them every single round. In ranked, you can win off of individual performance. That's why you see the same top guys at the top of the leaderboard every single act.
Comfort picks or meta picks, agent? Alright, Rossi, come forward and give us your reasoning.
The reason I chose meta picks is because there's certain, even if you're very comfortable on a role, there's things that hard counter no matter what. So even if you're max comfortable, you just get hard countered, so it doesn't matter.
I'd say comfort pick, because I mean, if you're comfortable on the agent, doesn't matter what your meta is, you can still perform at a higher level than the meta character if you know everything about your comfort pick.
More on what Max said, which is if you are comfortable, you don't have to think about anything when you're playing the agent. All you have to think about is shooting and what the enemy team is doing. It basically just removes one factor from your mind, which just makes everything easier.
Are you picking the official broadcast, or are you a co-stream watcher? Alright, Max, tell me why you like the official broadcast.
Because I do my own watch party.
For me, I just want to think about my own thoughts. I don't need other people's thoughts to induce more thoughts, to be honest. I can come to my own conclusions, so yeah.
I always like to watch the Sassy watch party. I think he's a smart guy, and everything he says, like, is like, for me, it's right.
For me, it's just more fun to watch parties. Like, it's just more entertaining, and like the more fun and more engaged I am, like watching, like I feel like the better I'm gonna like learn and like retain information.
Mental health is more important than mechanics in regards to competing.
If you have good mental, you're going to have good mechanics. That works. That's the thing.
My reasoning is if you have the best mental in the world and you're terrible, then mechanics, like, obviously are going to be a problem, right? Like, you can have insane mental but horrible mechanics. So I think that if you have like insane mechanics, you can be having like a bad day, you can be depressed, whatever, and still have insane mechanics. You're going to get on, you're going to fry.
I mean, if we're looking at it from a pro's perspective, mental health matters a lot. I mean, there's tons of books on how to be a professional athlete and how much the importance of your mental health is and having the right state of mind. You know, books on tilting, all of that stuff is very important to read as a player. So if you can control your own thoughts, you can perform at your best.
For me, like if your mental is like bad, like in my head, I'm thinking like no, you have like no game sense. Like you're like scatterbrained, like you can't really focus at all. Like you could have like the best aim in the world, but if you can't focus, like when it matters, like you're not gonna hit any shots. You're not gonna make the right play. So like you need like strong mental. Like the way I think about it is like in ranked, like these kids are like beating me all the time, like just because they have like way better mental than me.
I'm just thinking you need both. Both matter. You shouldn't pick one or the other. You need both.
Would you rather make $1 million from content and you're only a content creator, or would you rather win a world championship?
Yeah, let's do both. Let's do both. All right, there are people that have won world championships that are probably like way worse off than I was like even 3 years ago, like just doing only content. And I feel like I would rather take like where I was 2 years ago than like some other like world champions like spot.
Because if you are trying to compete in the highest level, this is the dream for everyone. And I will not trade it for money, to be honest. I've been competing since I was 13 years old. This is my dream, and yeah, I mean, as simple as that.
Wait. Let me change my answer or like give a new answer. Well, for me, I made $1 million as a content, and then I went pro. So now, and then I'm gonna win the world championship. So for me, being on the left, I can do both. That's where I'm at.
No, but he said
Made $1 million.
You can't win.
You can never win.
You can never.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why can't I do both? I'm standing in the middle then. I'm standing in the middle. I'm doing both.
just were the champions of 1 million. Bro, 1 million is gonna be, if you win the champions, you get the million.
Nah. If it's $1 million or the champ, I'm taking the $1 million.
Alright, Max, I saw you move. Tell us why you moved.
Did that already. Try something else.
I think it just goes back to kind of what Wilkins said. He said it's like a dream. So I would say like a big portion is just like the dream of having that happen, being the best in the world. Because for me, it's like I kind of had the decision too, like Extra was saying, like he was a content creator, I was a content creator. I could have kept going forward with that, but just made the decision to go pro because that's more of my passion.
Alright, and that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed some takes. We had some interesting takes from some people, but make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. See you guys later.